What if I told you that fear, that one feeling we're all taught we need to push down and get over, is actually your greatest superpower? Today, we're diving into Gavin de Becker's incredible book, The Gift of Fear, and we're going to reframe this powerful instinct. It's not a weakness, it's your most vital survival signal.
All right, let's just start with this mindset right here. This quote from Margaret Atwood really sets the perfect tone. This isn't about being scared all the time. Nope, it's about being empowered. It's about deciding you're going to refuse to be a victim by finally learning to listen to the very system that's built to protect you.
And to really understand the stakes here, let's talk about a real story from the book. Picture this. A woman named Kelly is carrying groceries. Her hands are full, and a man offers to help. She gets that little alarm bell, that weird feeling in her gut that something is off. But she does what so many of us are taught to do. She worries about being rude, so she ignores it and lets him into her apartment. And that single decision to ignore her own intuition led to a horrific attack. Kelly's story is a tough but powerful reminder of why this is so important. So, here's our game plan. First, we're going to totally flip the script on what fear actually is. Then we'll tune into that inner voice, our intuition. After that, the really practical part, we'll learn how to decode the exact signals predators use to get past our defenses. We'll even cover a simple framework for predicting violence, all leading to one powerful goal: refusing to be a victim by finally trusting yourself.
Okay, first things first, let's tackle the biggest idea in the whole book. We're all conditioned to see fear as a bad thing, right? Something to be conquered. But de Becker argues that's completely backwards. Fear is a gift. And here is the absolutely crucial distinction. True fear is not the same as worry or anxiety. You know that constant buzz in the back of your mind about things that might happen? That's not it. True fear is a direct response to something happening right now in your immediate environment. It's a pure biological alarm bell that is hardwired into you for one reason: to keep you alive.
So how does this gift actually speak to us? Well, it speaks through the voice of intuition. It's that quiet, nagging feeling where you just know something is wrong, even if you can't logically explain it.
And this isn't some kind of magic or psychic power. De Becker explains it as a super fast thought process. Your brain is a data processing machine, constantly scanning and picking up on tiny details: a weird look, a story that doesn't add up, the vibe in a room, and it connects those dots instantly, way faster than your conscious mind ever could.
This is probably the most important thing to get straight. True fear is about the present moment. It's triggered by real signals. Worry is about the future, and it's fueled by your imagination. Fear demands action. Run, fight, get out. Worry just spins around in your head with no solution. Learning to separate these two is the first real step.
Just think about the story of Robert Thompson. He walks into a convenience store and is just hit with this overwhelming sense of fear. He can't explain why, but he trusts it. He turns around and leaves immediately. Moments, not minutes, but moments later, a police officer was shot and killed inside during a robbery. Thompson's logical brain didn't see a thing, but his intuition saw everything. It saved his life. So if your intuition is this amazing built-in alarm system, then you have to think of manipulators as expert thieves who know all the tricks to disable it. They use a very predictable set of tactics designed to make you doubt that inner voice. So let's open up their playbook and see how they do it. De Becker breaks it down into 7 key signals. Think of these as conversational red flags. Once you know them, you'll start seeing them everywhere. Okay, number 1 is forced teaming. This is when a stranger immediately starts using words like we or us, like, wow, we're really in a jam here, aren't we? It's a shortcut to create a bond that hasn't been earned. Next up, charm and niceness. Remember this, charm is not a personality trait, it's a verb. It's an action someone takes to disarm you. And third, watch out for too many details. The truth is usually pretty simple. Liars often feel the need to over-explain, burying you in details to make their story sound more real.
All right, next we have typecasting. This is a sneaky one. It's when someone uses a slight insult to bait you into proving them wrong, like, you're probably too stuck up to help me. It's designed to make you react. Then there's loan sharking. This is when someone does you a small favor you didn't ask for. Why? So you feel like you owe them. Another big one, unsolicited promises. If a stranger ever says, "Don't worry, I promise I won't hurt you," your intuition should be screaming, "Why did you even need to say that?"
Okay, and maybe the biggest red flag of all is when someone discounts the word no. If you say no and they argue, push, or just flat out ignore it, they are sending a very clear message. Your boundaries do not matter. That is a massive signal for someone who is seeking control. Now, let's zoom out from these immediate signals and look at a bigger framework for assessing threats.
You know how we always hear that someone just snapped? Well, de Becker says that's almost never true. Violence isn't a light switch that just flips on. It's more like water coming to a boil. It simmers first. And there are always observable signs, pre-incident indicators, that things are heating up, if you know what to look for.
So to make it practical, he gives us this tool called the JACA framework, J-A-C-A. First, J for justification. Does the person feel that their actions would be completely justified? Do they see themselves as the victim? A is for alternatives. Do they feel like they have any other options, or is violence the only path they see? C is for consequences. How do they feel about what will happen after? Are they scared of getting caught, or do they not care? And finally, A for ability. Do they actually have the means to carry out the violence? The more of these you can answer yes to, the more serious the threat is.
So what does all of this add up to? Understanding fear, listening to your gut, decoding all these signals? It all leads to one place. It empowers you to refuse to be a victim by trusting the one and only true expert on your safety, and that expert is you.
And everything we've talked about today comes from this book. It's such a game changer, really. It gives you the psychological tools to take back control and trust the powerful survival instincts you were born with.
And I really want to leave you with this final thought from the book because it's so powerful. No matter how silly or illogical that gut feeling might seem, your intuition is always responding to something real, and it always has your best interests at heart. It is your personal guardian 24/7.
So the biggest takeaway here is that so many of us have spent our lives learning to ignore our most powerful survival signal. But the true gift of fear isn't about being afraid. It's about having the courage to listen when you are. So I'll leave you with this question to carry with you. What is your intuition telling you right now?